everybody, to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerdy friends talk about everything pop culture, nerd, and geek related. That might be backwards, but oh well. I am one third of your hosts, or one third of your nerds, but my name is not Sunny. I'm Manny. That's Frank, and we're missing Sunny. Sunny's out doing not nerdy stuff, I think.
Sunny
I don't know.
Of some kind.
Yeah, he's incognito right now. But that's okay. The show must go on. How did the show go when I wasn't around?
Same thing, man. I mean, I think we just rambled more. We didn't have like the cue from you to like, all right, what's the next one? What's the next one?
Okay, well, let's see if we can ramble with this one. We're gonna talk about a little bit of our personal stuff. You got anything to talk about before we go into news or anything?
I mean, not really, to be honest. No, I mean, I just been kind of busy and haven't had a lot of time for nerd stuff. But I've been bored with gaming. Like usually that's my go-to at night. I'll just kind of play a solo game or something. But I find myself getting really bored, turning it off, and then just go on YouTube or on social media. So I've been trying to watch more shows and movies.
I've been watching the Cubs, and they've been sucking balls. So that kind of sucked. But today they did good. And we're recording this on a Friday, or on Saturday.
Are they allowing people to go to view them in person? Is it like impossible to get?
No. They're pretty good. If you're not picky with games, they're pretty good. So yeah, I just haven't gone yet. I'm getting my vaccine soon. And then I feel like I'll be more comfortable to go. But I'm trying to get my lawn up and going, dude. Like my neighbor to the right of me has the most beautiful lawn I have ever seen.
Like vibrant and pointy and stuff.
Everything, dude. If you want to pull a picture of a beautiful lawn, that's what he has. And then I got lawn with like holes in it, crabgrass,
and stuff.
like weeds in there. So today when I got home from work, I just kind of like plucked out all the weeds and all that. So yeah,
are you trying to research all that?
I'm trying to like get it going again and see what we could do. If not, next year I'm just calling a landscaper and putting it all down. So I guess let's go into news. You said you got one piece of news, right? Yeah. I got two.
I was slacking this week.
Okay, I got two. Let me go into mine first. Let's go with the one I saw yesterday.
Okay.
Alfred Molina officially confirms his Dr. Octopus return in Spider-Man: No Way Home.
I saw that, man.
I kind of got geeked out, and I guess he did it in a way. And let's see.
Was he not supposed to or something?
No, I guess they were just in a conversation about it. What was he talking about? He was just talking to Variety. I can't pronounce that ever.
Yeah.
And he said,
"Tentacles do all the work." And dude, that was just like 20 years ago.
Yeah. He was approached by John Watts. He also reminded Watts that Dr. Octopus drowned at the end of his previous experience. According to Molina, Watt replied, "In this universe, no one really dies." Molina added that No Way Home will pick up the Doc Ock story right from that moment where he died. What? Anyway, additionally, Molina said that he voiced his concerns that he can't be as physical as he was in 2004. Yeah. He's also 67 years old. Regardless, 67. Regardless, Watts was unconcerned. He said he just looked at me and said, "Did you see what we did to Bob Downey Jr. and Sam Jackson?" Added Molina. "They made Robert De Niro's face younger in The Irishman, but when he was fighting, he looked like an older guy. He looked like an old guy. Yeah. That's what worried me about doing it again." And then keeps going.
He did have like when he ran and stuff.
I don't have the same physicality that I had 17 years ago. That's just a fact. Then I didn't remember that's the technical tentacles that do all the work. which is funny. He goes into it. I guess I didn't read all this.
It could be interesting if he gets. I mean, if he's just they go with his age, they don't try to de-age him. It depends how the whole movie. I guess he already said, right? It takes place right after that, so he has to seem younger.
He put Molina also expressed his relief to finally acknowledge his return. When we were shooting it, we were all under orders not to talk about it because it was supposed to be some great big secret, said Molina. But it's all over the internet, and I actually described myself as a worst kept secret in Hollywood.
So it's already filmed, right?
Yeah, it's already wrapped.
Yeah.
There's been some spoilers in the wrapped shirts and all that, so don't look for that. I mean, there's no pictures of Molina out there in the internet, which is kind of crazy. So there might be other secrets in this, but yeah, I'm with you, man. When I saw Irishman and De Niro was fighting, Irishman, when or was it? Which one were you referring to, Irishman or Samuel?
More Samuel, because it's like when he ran and tried to punch people and stuff like that.
Okay, then I'll take it back. When I saw Captain Marvel, you're right. It kind of looked a little weird, but not too weird.
It was okay.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'm personally excited. Doc Ock has become one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, especially from Spider-Man 2. And I can't wait, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I just, I mean, I don't know, man. There's been so many damn rumors that I just really want to see what they got cooking. But this is really good news. Yeah, that means that all the crazy speculations are not unfounded. That means that there really is stuff from all these other movies that weren't even, they're not even related. They are related just because it's Spider-Man, but not because it wasn't even the same company that made them. It's not the same continuity. So there's a lot of potential here, man.
If it picks up where he died, what is it? A wormhole opened up, or
that's what I'm trying to see. Like, that's weird. Like, what could they? I have no explanation, unless they screwed up timelines when when they're messing around with time travel, trying to defeat Thanos.
And at the end, he wasn't bad in Spider-Man 2. He had the whole thing, you listen to me now! And then he drowned. Are you excited about potentially getting Maguire and maybe Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, I mean, I am. I love the idea of a shared Spider-Man universe, like, mainly because I would say the animated film that we saw and we loved. I mean, the idea of having more than one Spider-Man cross together, that's really cool, especially in live action. So I can't say I'm not excited about that, but it's just been like, it feels like we've been hearing these rumors for so long that I just want to see it already. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. I've loved John Watts' take on Spider-Man for the past 2 movies, so if this gets even nuttier and mixes all this stuff together, I think I'm excited.
Yeah, it's well. The good news is that we're not going to have to wait that long. This is coming out in December.
Yeah, and,
right. Yep, and I really don't think this is going to be pushed back. So I think we're good.
Man, finally, right?
Yeah.
So this should have been out already, right? Is this another thing? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It just finished filming. Maybe around last month, maybe earlier this month. I want to say last month. And this always had a December stamp on it.
Okay.
So, which is kind of unique because these normally come out in May, and I don't know what's the whole thing of trying to get the movie out today or this year. So, well, when did Far From Home come out? 2018 then?
I think 19, no?
Far From Home.
2019, yeah.
19. Okay.
So 2 years. Pretty standard, I mean.
Yeah,
it's usually
and this
2 years.
came out July, if I'm not mistaken. July 2nd. Man, that was fun too, man.
It was, man. It was really fun, dude.
Go and see this movie. I remember I ate that popcorn that they had.
Did we see it together or no? I don't remember.
Yes.
We did.
Saw it together. The only thing we have never seen together is Batman. Right? We've never, ever seen a Batman movie together.
That's ridiculous. We got to change that.
Yeah, and we had... Well, we didn't know each other when Batman Begins, but we had The Dark Knight. Yeah. We had Dark Knight Rises.
Fuck both of those up. And then...
You know what? Technically, we saw Batman versus Superman, but I don't really count that.
Yeah.
I don't really count that moment. That
was really Dawn of Justice, so yeah.
Yeah.
Batman shined a lot in that movie, though. I loved him more than anything else in that movie.
He did, but I wish we could still... Hopefully we could do this with Rob Pattinson's The Batman coming out.
I'm just tired of hearing drama about that. I want it to be just... Let me just see it. And, the trailer was good, man. That did look good.
I really... I just want to know the trailer now. Would you watch another trailer of The Batman? I think I would.
Yeah, just because how much crap is flying around. I need to see.
And how much time has passed too. And really, in the first trailer, we didn't really see anything.
The trailer was what, last summer?
Jesus, when was it?
I don't even know, dude.
7 months ago.
7 months. I was impressed by it though.
So almost, well, it's going to be half a year. So this came out, when, September? September-ish, maybe, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. All right. I think we're done there.
Yeah,
you want to go with your news?
Yes. So wait, what was your first one? Molina, and then the second one?
My second one?
Oh, we're taking turns? I thought you were going to do both.
Yeah, let's take turns. No.
All right. This is kind of like, it's not that great of news, but I thought it was interesting. So there was an announcement that Aliens 2, 3, and 4 are going to get 4K re-releases on Disney+. And...
On Disney+?
Yeah. The reason I thought that was interesting is because, I thought there was already 4K versions of those. So I don't know if they're referring to, I don't know.
Streaming?
Yeah, just for that or what. But after watching the Clone Wars from 2002, not the Dave Filoni one, the one before that, I was impressed by the upscaling and the job they did making it work on 4K TV. So,
yeah,
I was like, this could look really nice. I mean, I have an article. I don't think this is the one I saw originally, but I have one in front of me that basically says it's also going to be a Blu-ray, not just a streaming release for this 4K version. And I'm guessing the original Alien already got a 4K treatment because they said it's just 2, 3, 4.
I think that was the first one that got a treatment, and on Apple TV it is 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Look at, and then Aliens is HD. So yeah.
And I keep forgetting that Fox is now part of Disney, so that means Predator and Alien, which could be good. What if they did a freaking Predator show or an Alien show? I think I'd be down for that.
I don't think that'll show up on Disney Plus. Maybe like Hulu, or Disney has to come out with their
an R-rated version.
Yeah, there was supposed to be Star, or I forgot which one they call it. But
or when they make the next Deadpool and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's not even here in America yet. So, I mean, I don't know.
The thing with Hulu, I feel like it's going to get rolled in or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's one of the low-performing ones, I think. I mean, that's just me talking, but I don't actually know. But to me, that's what it is.
Hulu is a glorified DVR player. For someone who doesn't have cable or anything like that, that's what you use Hulu for all the newest shows, on TV.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I use it for. Anything else, not really. Violet's watching Shrek upstairs, and that's on Hulu. But for the most part, nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen 3 and Resurrection, probably 15 years. So I think you put a 4K release on there, I'll definitely rewatch those. I know they're not the most beloved ones in the franchise, but I think there's still good moments in there. And with a 4K, I would like to see what they can do as far as like punching it up.
Yeah,
And
I'm with you on that.
Aliens itself, I mean, that's already probably the best one in the franchise, depending who you talk to. But I would watch that one again just because it's my favorite. And I think this is happening. I'm trying to read it now because I actually didn't write it down, but actually they said not until 2022. So there is a while until this happens.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
Now
they did talk about Star, like you were talking about, but they didn't say when that would occur. So.
When's the last time you watched Alien?
Probably, I'd say not that long ago. Maybe less than 3 years for the original
Less
Alien.
Than 3 years.
Yeah, I did watch it again recently, and
I'm
definitely holds up.
I want to say this was on somewhere. Is it on HBO Max? Because I want to say I saw it on HBO Max.
Yeah, right.
And
It was somewhere.
Recently had it,
and it was like prominently featured. It was like, hey, we got Alien. Let me look real quick. Alien. They have Alien vs Predator, Alien vs Predator Requiem, but not the other ones. It might have been there before, but
interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm down to rewatch these. It's been a while. I think 3 was kind of both 3 and 4 were kind of had their crappy moments.
Yeah, dude, it kind of gets weird after 2, man. To be honest, like
it really does, man.
They were
the
just
whole
trying to
clone
milk
thing
it
or
out.
whatever. Yeah, they fucked it up. But
I am down to watch it. I have them on Blu-ray.
Oh, do you?
But yeah, I have them on Blu-ray. When I worked at Best Buy, I bought them all. I think I bought them pretty cheap too.
Whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm down for it. I'll watch it.
Sure. Why not? It's not streaming.
I like Alien more than Predator.
No, I don't. But dude, I'm a huge Predator fan, so I can never say that. Yeah, but I will say that overall, Alien franchise is probably better than the Predator franchise. But my bias puts Predator above Alien.
Yeah, I like Alien more than Predator, hands down, every single time. When Alien versus Predator came out, I was cheering for Alien, and it kind of sucked that Predator became like the good guy.
Yeah, he did.
I had kind of like my Godzilla Kong moment there, or wanted Alien to win, and never freaking happens how I want it. Cool.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. So
for me.
Let me go into my part. Cool. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan, but I just got wind. I use Flipboard a lot, and Flipboard it's kind of cool because you could kind of just go and look it over. Yeah, I love it, man. Especially 9 to 5 Toys. 9 to 5 Toys, you can find some good deals on there.
Don't tell me.
But awesome deals. But did you know Amazon's making a Lord of the Rings show?
I read an article like 2 hours ago that said they canceled the MMO, but no, I didn't know that the show thing.
They are making a show, and
this is really happening.
Yeah, this is really happening. They're almost done with it, I think. They're spending $465 million to make it. Now, if you're wondering how much the movie's made, according to this article, and this is from Gizmodo, the 3 Lord of the Rings movies that Peter Jackson made, that's $150 more than those movies.
Than all 3 combined?
Than all 3 combined.
Holy shit. First of all, that guy's a budget master for making those 3 movies for that much.
The it goes on to compare other stuff. Each episode of Game of Thrones costs about $100 million with that.
100 million?
Each episode of Game of Thrones.
What?
So we'll see how many episodes we get out of this.
My God.
I'm sorry.
6?
Each season. I'm sorry. Each season.
Okay.
Each season of Game of Thrones used to
I
cost.
thought they were saying like 7-8 million an episode. That's what I remember.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
Each season of Game of Thrones. This made $460 million. That's nuts, dude.
Christ, dude. They're not playing around, man.
That is nuts. Why? Like,
what else is there to tell, though? Like,
the original movies looked great. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I haven't really sat down and watched it all just because they're so long.
Yeah.
What I saw, they were great. Like, how else spend money on this crap?
Yeah, man. And what are you gonna tell? I mean, are you gonna retread it again? I mean, what the hell are you doing? Like,
this is set 1,000 years before the events of and the Lord of the Rings.
Man, is that even a good idea? I mean, I don't know.
It will take viewers back to an era in which great powers were forged, kingdoms rose to glory and fell to ruin. Unlikely heroes tested, hope hung, and yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of money, dude. $500 million.
Whole bunch of money.
Holy shit. Did they even know when this is coming out? Have they started anything?
They have, I believe.
This is crazy, dude.
The $460 million budget doesn't include the $250 million Amazon paid just for the rights.
Oh, Jesus. Whoever inherited Tolkien's rights, man. There's some rich people. Elijah Wood reacted. That's crazy to me. Is Jackson involved at all, or no? Is Weta involved?
I don't think so.
For real?
It's a completely new take on it.
That's crazy. Do we need a new take already? I mean, what? This is crazy, dude.
What was I gonna say? Man, I lost my train of thought. Elijah Wood didn't like that it was called Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
Hey, I think you mentioned Elijah Wood. There's an article out there. I forgot reading about it.
Okay.
But he mentioned something like he didn't like that it was called Lord of the Rings, stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's a different age. But I guess if they don't put that in the title, it's gonna get ignored. They can't capitalize on Lord of the Rings.
Doesn't say when it's coming out though.
They almost said they were gonna do that with Star Wars. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna set this 1,000 years before A New Hope. You know, something like that. It's just, that's really difficult to do. GA something. Yeah, there's a lot of info out there. The writer's room is working under lock and key. Yes, they are. I'm sure they are. You have to put holy crap, dude. You have to get security clearance. The windows are taped closed. The writer's room. There's a security guard that sits outside.
Really?
And you have to have a fingerprint to get in there. Because the whole board is up on a thing of the whole season. Yeah, I'm reading the IndieWire article talking about this.
I just opened IndieWire up right now.
Yeah. It's a pretty long article. But about maybe a little more than halfway they talk about like the writer's room, what's going on behind the scenes. And then they're talking about the cast. I think they announced 20 cast members already. I don't know any of these names. There's a guy named Sir Lenny Henry, if that means anything to anybody. Jeff Morrell, Lloyd Owen, Augustus Prue, Yeah, I know exactly 0 of these names. Which doesn't mean anything, but it just means that's kind of crazy. It's almost... it's not even...
J.A. Buana. That name sounds familiar. Yeah, he's part of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I don't think he was the director or something, but he's going to be the producer on this, or serve as a director for the series' first 2 episodes. He'll also be credited as an executive producer.
Yeah. This is pretty insane, dude.
Did you find a release date or no?
No, there's nothing. All it says is... That's weird. There's a season 2 renewal before filming has even begun. And it will go on a 5-month hiatus after filming the first 2 episodes in order to map out and write the bulk of the second season. That's weird, dude. The hell is this? This is so weird.
They're betting everything on it, man.
Dude, they are.
Oh, well.
I don't understand the incentive. Like, I mean, because you get Prime Video with Prime. Yeah. So why go balls out like that? Yeah.
Because
you want everybody to cancel everything else? They're not going to do that.
No, it'll go into merchandise and stuff like that. I mean, if you look at Game of Thrones, I think they feel like there's this missing part of it and of everyone's lives who love Game of Thrones and all that, and this potentially could be that.
Like the fantasy stuff.
This has a movie, yeah. This just has a movie already attached to it, but
it has to be so damn good that people cannot help themselves but buy pops and buy shirts and stuff.
Yeah, and really it's going to be probably like that for some people, but
this is going like off rails, right? Like Tolkien never wrote about this, did he?
I believe he did not. No. So this is completely written. I mean that's why they have it down, locked and key to get in there, I guess. So
good luck. I hope it's good. Yeah. To be honest with you, I love that genre and everything, but
watching Amazon shows is a little weird to me. I don't know. Amazon Prime, I still can't get used to Amazon Prime and how it looks. I don't know what's mine, what I can watch, what I have to rent.
It's pretty complicated. And then, like, if you really want to rent something, it's like, oh, go on your web browser. You can't even do it on mobile. I'm like, what?
It's super.
Forget it then.
Yeah, it's super dated, which I don't know, but that's my 2 cents. Yeah, I think that's all the news, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, let's go into our nerd outs.
Cool. Want to go?
Yeah, I'll go first because I really got almost nothing. But I started watching again, and I feel like I brought this up already because the lady the actress who plays Lucille, I'm starting to watch Arrested Development again.
Okay. I've never seen it.
You've never seen this?
Nope.
Okay, so I don't know if this is your kind of show, but it's a great freaking show, man.
I love Bateman. Let me tell you that.
Man, everyone in this show is so great.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Where can you watch it? Netflix?
Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix. Let me see who plays the mom. Lucille. Jessica Walter. She just passed away. So I'm continuing to watch this. Like I said, I felt like I brought this up already once before. But dude, everybody in the show is so great. Will Arnett is awesome. I think his name's Tony Hale. David Cross, who plays Tobias. Like give it a shot. There's a lot of ongoing jokes that pay off, which is awesome. And there's stuff that kind of intertwines joke-wise compared to each episode. It's a genius, dude. It's an absolute genius show. Yeah.
Okay. I've watched 2 episodes. The pilot and Top Banana.
I can't stress it enough, man. It's so good. So I watched that.
Are you rewatching the whole season? Or I mean the whole series?
So it's one of those things where I watched it all already, and Netflix purchased it. This is one of the first things I think Netflix purchased to make a show. And I will admit that the Netflix version of it, like their seasons, isn't as good. No way as good.
How many did they do? Like 2?
I think they did 2. I'm trying to get to the Netflix part again, which I think I'm almost there, but I'm not really excited for it. I just want to kind of refresh my memory. Okay. But yeah, that's just in the background right now when I'm watching stuff.
Cool.
The other thing I'm doing, we've talked so much about Tremors, so I put Tremors on. I bought it and I watched it, and it's such a good bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like it's Kevin Bacon, but it's so good. I didn't watch the end yet, but kind of leading up to see what was the monster and all that. That was super fun. It was a nice cheesy B horror flick, which I could appreciate.
Kevin's just like ridiculous in that movie. He's just screaming stuff all the time.
And it's funny because Kevin has another show coming out where he's like a crooked cop or a crooked FBI agent or something. He looks nothing like how he looked.
No, not at all.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah. That hair is like, this is weird. I don't know. I guess, it was a really long time ago, 30-something years ago, right?
Yeah, and they're always playing like rock, paper, scissors, and the graphics don't really look that great, but it's
the buddy dynamic works, though.
The buddy dynamic works very well. I forgot about that dynamic.
Yeah,
going on.
It feels like they are friends and everything.
Yeah, especially them playing rock, paper, scissors and all that. That's a whole funny thing. But I'm going to try to finish it, and then we'll see if I start number 2 or something like that. I think that's probably where I'll stop.
Yeah.
Not
gonna go to 7.
Other than that, funny. Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't think other than that, I think I'm good, man. I can't remember anything else, but nothing is really coming to head, so I think that's going to be it.
Cool.
How about for you?
Yeah, I've been on a TV and show kick, and I'll just highlight a bunch of things I saw. I saw something called Villains on Hulu. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was on my list for the longest time, and then I heard a podcast talking about it, and I was like, why not? I have Hulu. I like some of the actors in it. I don't remember if his name's Bill Skarsgård or if it's the other Skarsgård, but it's the one who plays Pennywise in the It movies, the recent ones. And I just don't remember, but I like him, of course.
It's Bill.
Okay, so him and the guy from Bird Notice, who I like a lot, is in it. And just a quick synopsis is that these 2 like bumbling idiot boyfriend and girlfriend, like they kind of run. They don't run. They run into like this house in the country after they did a robbery, and they find that there's a girl chained up in the basement, and then the family comes home, and they have to deal with these crazy people who have this kid chained up in the basement. And it's really, the tone is not as serious as the synopsis sounds. It's very like humorous, like dark comedy. It's just very kind of strange movie, but it's not really horror. It's not even really suspenseful. It's like dark comedy and something else. I can't even tell you. But I watched it, man. I watched it all the way through. It was decent. I would say it's worth a watch, but I don't think it's like the most notable thing I've ever seen. But I got drawn in by some of the actors and some of that, and some of the like early comedy in it. I thought it was just funny how stupid the main characters were.
So it's more of a comedy for sure?
Yeah, I think so. It is. It does have some suspenseful moments and creepy moments and stuff like that, but I think more than anything, it's a dark comedy. So there's some laughs in there, but yeah, it's called Villains on Hulu. And then the other week we were talking about Rick and Morty. I went ahead and finished season 5, which I think I had 5 more episodes to go. And overall, yeah, I really did enjoy it. It kind of, it's funny, like when you finish a season and then you go back to the beginning and watch the pilot again.
Mm-hmm.
You never realize like how far some of these shows come. Like,
Yeah,
I watched the pilot again and I was like, I don't know how this got so popular, like based on this.
yeah, it is super nuts, man, on some of that stuff, especially
Mhm.
like live action shows, where they
Yeah.
try to fit everything in
Mhm.
where the show might get to, and just to give you a premise of it.
Yeah.
It's not that's always fun to do, is watch the pilot after a show's been on for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, it was insane, man. I was like, holy crap, man. Like some of the Rick and Morty dialogue was terrible. Like he said Morty at least 15 times in the span of 2 minutes in that pilot, and I was just like, wow, dude. Like, I mean, this is kind of funny, but it's just weird to go back. So anyway, I watched um I watched 6 through 10 all in one night, which was the one with the train, if you remember. The one
Yeah,
where like that was a good one, dude. It was like
that was a
had
good
that
one.
crazy sci-fi stuff. It was good. The facehugger one was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The acid one was hilarious. Where those idiots just wouldn't leave because they didn't believe the acid or something. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna call this guy who knows all about acid, and he's gonna inspect this vat of acid." And Morty's like, "For fuck's sake, dude!" He jumps out and shoots the guy. It was
I
good.
don't think I remember that one. Maybe did I finish the season?
I don't
Man,
know,
I don't know if I did.
dude. The acid one's funny. You should go back to that one. Then there's this really weird one, like where Rick has like this weird alien family on another planet. It's just really weird, but it's good. And then the finale was actually pretty good. There's some like family development stuff where Rick has like another clone of Beth out there, and he's not really sure which one's real and stuff like that. So, man, dude, it was actually pretty good because I think the dragon one and the snake one kind of lost me, and then I
Uh,
stopped and I didn't really care that they were still making episodes. But then I think a week or two ago on this show, I brought up that there was news that the next season was coming out pretty soon, and you guys were like, "Yeah, go finish the rest." So I did. But yeah, I think the second half was better than the first half
I
for
remember the
this.
vet one. They jump in. Spoiler. They jump in and they release the bones.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
yeah,
I'm gonna rewatch all these. There's only 10.
yeah. They were pretty good though, man. And then I posted to you guys. I was like, Phoenix Person versus Rick was a great fight. It was funny as hell, and it was also like just the animation, man. I was impressed. So
Which one is that one in?
that's
Is that
the
the
final
finale?
episode. Yeah, the
Okay.
finale. But it's pretty funny and everything, so it was good. I watched 3 more things. I'm gonna be quick on these. I watched a lot actually, more than I thought. I've been watching Creepshow on Shudder. It is super cheesy, but it's entertaining though. If you want some like anthology type of like cheesy ass horror, you can watch Creepshow. It's on Shudder. They're on the second season now. I believe every Thursday a new episode comes out. Right now
Mm-hmm.
they're on episode 3. So I watch it like on Thursdays when I'm doing stuff, dishes or dinner or something. Just kind of put it on. It's really creepy. I mean, really creepy, really cheesy, like just
Mm.
cheesy as hell. So I guess they're really going for it with the whole 80s vibe.
So no creepiness.
Not really, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Um, then I watched something called The Burrowers. This is a horror western, which I think you saw Bone Tomahawk. Did you watch that one?
Yep.
It's
Awesome.
sort of like that. Definitely not as good. So let me just tell you that right off the bat. It's like 2 points under that. So if you thought Bone Tomahawk was an 8, this is more like a 6. It's worth a watch. The monsters are creepy. The vibe is good. Overall, I did like the movie. I forgot where I watched it, man. Let me see if I could tell you real quick. But
It wasn't
movie
Shudder?
overall. No, it wasn't Shudder. This one I kind of just found it somewhere, but it might have been Prime Video. Yeah, it's Prime Video. So if you want something like that, it's actually got kind of a crazy ending and everything. So I did like it. If you want something like that. The last thing I watched is on Netflix. It is a Final Fantasy animated movie called Kingsglaive. I don't know if you might have seen it while you were browsing.
Yeah,
but
maybe. But
and I know you're not a fan of Final Fantasy in general, but and I'm really not the biggest fan either. But these animated movies have always been good. I think there was one back like in 2000. It was really popular, dude. I don't even remember the name right now. But the animation is beyond incredible. Like they did just the most amazing job on the faces, the lighting, the action. It's really action packed, and you actually don't need to know anything about Final Fantasy. They explain everything within the film, and like I said, I found the pace to be pretty good. And then the animation was that alone. I would say give it the first 10, 15 minutes, and you get a ton of action. There's a lot of good voice actors in it. Um, so I think they did a really great job on this. I had a lot of fun watching it. It's kind of reminded me of that one that you recommended a while back called Gantz or something like that. You remember that? On Netflix.
Gantz?
Like Gantz Zero or something. It's just weird. Like there's these weird monsters running around and like there's these powered people or something trying to kill them. You might not remember until you see like the cover, but it reminded me of that just as far as like the animation and the style. And this was actually, I found it to be really good, man. I would give it a try if you want something animated.
Okay. Do you have to be a Final Fantasy fan?
Not at all, dude. I mean,
No.
in general, the Final Fantasies are all disconnected. So,
Okay.
and this explains everything in the first 5 minutes. They say there's this magic crystal, and there's a kingdom, and there's these bad guys who are assholes. And this king is trying to keep this last city safe from these jerks who are taking over the whole world. And the only really power they have against them is this magic crystal. And then there's this group of guys called the Kingsglaive who basically have magic powers from that crystal trying to protect. They're just basically bodyguards for the king. And they are trying to deal with these like Nazi type guys.
Is that the whole point of Final Fantasy? Like, what is the point of Final Fantasy?
Every story is different. Every single game is different. So they're all disconnected, but it's always some kind of epic thing.
Do they have characters?
Yeah, like they always have different leads. I don't think so. I'm not a big Final Fantasy person, so I could be wrong, but from what I understand, it's all different every time. But dude, the animation, this is like next level. Like when you watch CG animated clips in games and you wish that's what it was like when you played it, that's how this movie looks. And then the action is just insane. So it was pretty cool, dude. I was actually surprised.
Final Fantasy.
So that was probably the best thing I saw this week, I would say. The other one is called, the original one from many years ago, like 20 years ago. I think it's called Spirits Within or something like that, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And it was revolutionary at that time. And this one is, man, dude, I don't even know how they did this. Like, it must have been expensive. What's weird is that it says 2016. I thought it was new. But Aaron Paul, Lena Headey, Sean Bean, and I don't think there's anybody else big enough that you would know or that I would know either. But I found what I found good was the voice acting was good for English audiences. It wasn't like one of those crappy dubs or anything. So if you get bored and you want something animated, check it out.
I'm trying to find the show that I recommended to you? Because it sounds kind of familiar, but then I don't really remember it.
Yeah. Let me send it to you real quick. It's called Gantz Zero, and I remember you saying you liked it, and I was kind of surprised.
How do you spell it?
Gantz. That should be enough to find it.
I know. I think this was Sunny, dude. Sunny liked this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think it was me.
I think afterwards you watched it and you liked it. That's what I remember.
Maybe.
But basically, it's like one of those animated cutscenes in a video game that looks great, but it's that through the whole movie.
Okay.
A lot of action, dude.
Try it out.
I mean, doesn't like give you 2 minutes of action and then like freaking 45 minutes of boring talk. So it's got a good pace to it.
Cool.
That's it, man. I watched a whole lot of shit.
You did watch you always watch. I wish I had that time to watch it, man. Like, it's hard to. I either have to stick on a show, or Violet and I have like a food show. Mm-hmm. Like, when I mean food show is we eat and we have that in the background.
Yeah.
Right now, that show for us is Ink Masters. So we don't really have to pay attention. We don't have to really worry about what's going on in there. We just kind of eat and watch. So, yeah. All right. So let's go into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As always, this is going to be our section where we just go balls to the wall, spoilers everywhere, all over your face and all that. So if you don't want to listen and you haven't watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5, please stop now, because this will be ruined, and come back and listen. All right, guys? So we'll give you a shot. If you guys want to keep listening to us, you already know where to find us. If this is the first episode you guys are listening to, you can find us on all your favorite podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Podcasts, wherever you want to. We have a Facebook, 3 Nerds on a Sunday. We have a Twitter, 3 Nerds on a Sunday. We also now have an Instagram, which I don't think is getting too much love, but we just made it. So Sunny was pretty big on that. We'll probably start posting like not trailers. What am I saying? Reviews once we are able to start going on the internet, or once we start able to go out to movies, and then maybe if we do watch something, we'll post a review on there and maybe a reaction video. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Maybe Frank's kind of photography might show up on there as well. You never know. Toys for Days, right? Is that your Instagram handle? Toys for Days.
I've been kind of lazy for a week, but it's okay.
It's good. It's just a hobby. But yeah, that's it. Right. So spoilers are abound. So if you don't want spoilers, stop now.
Yes.
Right.
But come back when you're done.
Now stop. Okay.
Okay.
You're done? Cool.
We're safe.
Let's go into it. Before we go into this, what did you think of the episode? 2 thumbs up? 2 thumbs down? What do you think?
I'd say 1 thumb up, where most of the rest was 2 thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to say.
Even during the middle of watching it, I was just kind of like, what's going on? Like, why am I not enjoying this as much as I have been all this season?
I scheduled my vaccine shot in the middle of this. So
wow.
Yeah.
You were bored.
I wasn't bored, but that
you were like
precedent.
Disengaged, right?
I was disengaged.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm not gonna probably go in as depth as Sunny as the recap, but basically, I'm probably gonna need your help, Frank. We open up where the new Captain America, John Walker, is running away and I guess clearing out his mind, and they end up in a warehouse, and he's just thinking of everything that's happened. Falcon, Sam, and Bucky come up, and they just want to take the shield. Ensues a huge fight, which is pretty freaking awesome.
Pretty great.
And had me reacting, which is awesome. Ultimately, Bucky and Sam work together, and they take the shield, and they break John Walker's arm, it looks like.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. Disney is going crazy on this, which is very, very interesting. But
do you mean as far as like brutality?
Yeah, brutality. Yeah.
Yeah. They are, man.
After that, there's not much that really happens. You see Sam talk to his protege. Do you remember the protege's name? I forgot.
Torres.
Yeah, Torres. And
what happened
start
to the
talking
wings?
about what's gonna happen and all that. Yeah, what happened to the wings?
Oh, you're not gonna be Falcon. Get the fuck out of here.
Keep them. So he's gonna take the wings, and we already know what's gonna happen.
Not convinced.
He becomes Falcon, most likely. Then from there, you see John Walker in front of the military. I guess there's like a courtroom kind of aspect saying he's no longer Captain America and return the shield when you can. He gets kind of crazy on stage.
Yeah.
That goes on for a little bit. And then he ends up in the hallway crying and all that. And lo and behold, we get a little bit of a cameo.
Sure do.
And for those people that love Seinfeld and Veep and all that, you're going to enjoy this. None other than, I don't want to get her name, Julia Lewis. Oh, why can't I pronounce her last name?
Dreyfus? Or
Dreyfus? Yeah, there it is. She shows up. And I have no idea who she's supposed to be.
I don't either.
No idea.
Never heard of her. That introduction was weird, too.
Okay, so this is why it was weird, what I was reading. Apparently, she was supposed to show up first in Black Widow. And then
I read that, too.
So this is the first aspect of Black Widow being delayed, and we get this now. So very interesting. I think she's probably going to lead to something else. We kind of sense she's a baddie.
Yeah.
She kind of knows that different things about the shield. Don't worry about the shield. America can't really ask for that back, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it was a little interesting, but it was very out of play. I mean, I guess it's all set up, which is going to be interesting, I think, especially in the final scene, which we'll get to later. But
then you see the Flag Smashers. They're back at their refuge, and they're at their camp, and they've noticed everyone's gone. What's the main Flag Smasher? The redhead? Carly. She is super pissed. She's getting a little bit more angry. She wants to get people together and all that.
She's only got like one guy left, ain't it?
Something like that. Then it goes to Zemo. Zemo's in Sokovia, and he's looking at the statue that he talks about earlier in the season. Bucky wants to take him in. Lo and behold, Wakandans bring them in, the guards of the Wakanda, and they bring him in. Finally, he's going to be on the raft. I kind of geeked out a little bit more than I should because I heard the raft. I'm like, oh, the raft! But I think the raft was already in it. It was already introduced in Civil War, right?
I guess Spider-Man kind of talked about it, right? Isn't that where like Scorpion and Vulture ended up?
But but I want to say the raft originally showed up in Civil War.
It could have. I just don't really remember.
That's where Bucky and them.
Is that where they were being held? You mean?
Not Bucky. Yeah, it was.
Ant-Man
and that one. Ant-Man and all that. Yeah, that was the raft.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I forgot about that, but that was in Civil War, and I geeked out.
They haven't really mentioned it.
No, and I geeked out because of the Spider-Man game. And then all of a sudden, Bucky was like, "Oh wait, can I get a favor from you guys?" And it just leaves it at that. Sam goes to talk to Isaiah, right? That's his name.
I think before that we get another Sharon Carter scene.
Nope, we don't, because I'm rewinding. Nope, not yet.
Oh, look at you, man.
You think I'm doing all this by memory? Hell,
I thought you were, dude.
Nope.
I was impressed.
So you see Sam talk to Isaiah, aka Black Captain America, and he goes really into detail on what happened, and it's horrible, dude. Like they cut out piece of him to figure it out, and it's very in tune with what's going on in the news and today's. So I could appreciate that Disney's not running away from this. And why was this Captain America treated differently than Steve Rogers and
for doing
the
same
that.
thing?
So,
I mean, they both diverted and went to save their friends, but one was tortured and thrown in jail.
Yep.
And we know the other one.
I wonder if they're going to go back either maybe at a spin-off or maybe somewhere we see him in action. Because obviously he's in makeup, right? Who plays...
Oh, is he? I didn't realize that.
I'm pretty sure he's in makeup.
So, is that a younger guy playing an older man?
I think so. I'm looking him up right now.
He's a good actor. I liked him, what I saw from him.
Isaiah...
Yeah, I found his story to be believable and sympathetic and stuff, so he was doing a great job of acting that out.
So he's not super young.
Okay.
But he's younger than what he's showing there. It's Carl Lumbly.
Okay. Never heard of him. He seems familiar, but I just don't remember him.
He's been around for 40 years, supposedly.
Jeez.
But yeah, so maybe not that young. Maybe we won't see anything. But he is awesome. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Who's doing this? So they're having a conversation, and Isaiah believes strongly that no black person should be Captain America, and he's really against the whole thing.
Right.
And he's kind of trying to get Sam to not worry about it and do his own thing, and don't worry about being Captain America. And Sam's really, really torn.
He kind of buys into that later.
He looks like he buys into it, yeah. And it goes into after this that he goes home. So I guess this is just a reset for him. Unfortunately for me, this is where it kind of left me. Like, this is where I wasn't excited to learn more about his boat anymore and things like that. Especially because how I'm thinking about it, Captain America just killed somebody. And we don't get a time frame of how long this has passed, but that's a pretty darn big deal. And he's just basically on vacation.
And it's on video.
Yeah, it's on video. And
see, this feels like it should have happened way before. Like, not right now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, who does he work for? Does he work for the military? I guess he does. Why has the military asked him to be Captain America? Like, there's different things here that are kind of up in the air that they don't really talk about.
Yeah.
So we get this, like, little find yourself moment that we normally get in these, like, 90s movies. He gets the whole town together to help him fix the boat. Bucky shows up with a big ass briefcase. Spoiler alert: we never see what's in it.
Nope.
And then for sure, here's the montage of fixing the boat. Bucky uses his metal arm to fix things up faster than a hammer. After that, you see John Walker talk to his buddy's family and lie to them, saying that the guy he killed was the guy who killed their son. So trying to make amends there. He's still kind of on, like, the whole Captain America thing. He sees, like, this poster.
Right.
It's a little weird. Yeah, it's a little weird. Then we see the Sharon Carter thing. What did you want to talk about the Sharon Carter thing? Because honestly, I don't remember this at all.
I didn't even pick up on what she was doing until later when I was reading other stuff. And then I realized that she hired somebody to do something, which comes up in a couple scenes. But basically, later? she called the guy from Winter Soldier who fought Captain America on the boat, and I think he was in the first episode of this season. He's just a villain, like the recurring. Yeah, the French guy.
Wait, she calls him?
I think that's who she calls, and she's like, "I'll pay you more than last time," which means she's been doing some kind of criminal activity or like pulling some kind of strings since the beginning.
She's the power broker.
I see. I told you, dude, that like anytime they don't show some kind of big name, it just gets revealed later that it's this person who was around the whole time.
Wah, wah.
I guess so, right? I guess she is the power broker.
Yeah, I guess it's cool because, I mean, who was it? Her aunt? Her grandma? Her great-grandma?
Great aunt or something.
Yeah, like Captain America's true love and all that, all good. And well, I guess.
I believe, yeah, that's what's going on. That's what I read, but I didn't pick up on it in the show because they probably got disengaged.
Shows up the Flag Smashers.
She fought them, you mean?
No, the guy, I forgot his name, but the French dude shows up with Kaylee or Carly or whatever her name is, the Flag Smashers.
I think she called him and to get him into the situation somehow. This is all kind of like crappy, loose thoughts from me. Like, I don't really exactly know, but that's what I read.
This is perfect recapping from us. So then after that, you get another little boat scene, and then you get Bucky and Sam starting to talk about everything and their training with the Shield, and you get a little more heart to heart. Bucky basically says sorry, that he knows that Sam was trying to do the right thing with the Shield, and he doesn't blame him for what happened with John Walker and things like that. And we get a little sense here that Steve is really gone, because Sam says that Steve is gone. Sometimes you just got to own up, and Steve is just a guy. It doesn't matter what he thought.
That was interesting to me.
Yeah, and then you see Bucky with Steve's little book where he writes things down to try to get better at. But yeah, it was interesting to me too. It was kind of heartfelt, and
I thought it was kind of a good point on Sam's part. Like, they put Steve on such a pedestal that they couldn't make any decisions for themselves.
Yeah.
And after talking to Bradley, he kind of realized, oh, I got to kind of make my own path here. Like, I've been given this shield, but I mean, I don't have to be him. Kind of got to be my own version. So he finally realizes that, but it just feels like this should have happened in a different order to me.
Yeah, me too, man. After this, we get a training montage of Sam struggling with the shield, and then finally started getting better at it. Actually, not after that. We got another touching scene that they're about to paint off the names of the boats and all that.
Yeah.
And then he kind of gets in his feelings. Then we get the training scene where he's struggling and all that. But then he gets better at it because, I mean, yeah.
Starts doing flips and everything.
Yeah, he starts doing flips, which I think could be cool because he has to do something. He's not a super soldier, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, how's he going to do this, man? He's not super.
You can jump like Spidey, I mean, doesn't mean you can swing on webs. I mean, you got to do something. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting what he does with this. After the training montage, we get to see the Flag Smashers. We don't know where they're at, but then I forgot. Can you look up his name, dude? The French dude?
That's George St. Pierre, who's a former UFC fighter.
Yeah, but what's his character name?
Leaper.
Something like that. Okay,
yeah.
Like that's his name?
That is his comic book name. I don't know if they've ever said that in the show.
Okay, well, that's who we think he is. Or that's who we know who he is.
Yeah.
So they show up. He brings up guns and shit, and almost looks like a Wakanda kind of thing. It doesn't look very Americanized and real world-ish. It looks comic book-ish. So he has some weapons in there. They start talking. She's starting to lose kind of the faith of her team. and she's going more to the dark side of things, not Star Wars related. Then you find out she activates like all these guys saying, "Okay, it's time, ready to go," and their phones go off. You find out they're actually in New York City, which begs the question: where is Spidey in all this? So, my thought process: this is happening during Far From Home.
Yeah, that's a good actually theory. This is really not far after Endgame, right?
Not far after Endgame. Well, a little bit farther. I mean, I think it's farther away than Scarlet Witch or than WandaVision.
It's either while he was out of the country or right after he came back, and then he gets shocked that somebody knows his name, or that Jonah says his name in front of the world. So maybe something like that.
So I think I definitely think, because it's not all over the news, and I feel like something like this would be all over the news of Spider-Man's real identity. This is when Far From Home is happening. Then he starts talking to Torres again about where they're at, and they talk about it being, and then Sam automatically kind of puts two and two together. They're in New York City. There's a vote going on for the GRC, and then stuff goes haywire. It looks like the Flag Smashers are taking over. And then lo and behold, the final scene of this episode is Sam opening up the case, and you see nothing.
Nothing at all.
You see a little bit that I didn't even realize that you could see, but it was nothing. Like, it's not enough.
So
hate that.
I know, man. That was annoying.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna go wingless or what?
No.
Like Wakandan vibranium wings?
Maybe. Some kind of a stupid shit that doesn't make sense.
He's gonna have a star on him, probably.
So it's already out there how he looks.
It is?
It is.
Oh, I'm not looking that up.
Yeah, and this is what Sonny and I were talking about. That's already out there as a spoiler. It's out there. So this is why this wasn't really surprising for me. I was like, ooh. It was just, okay, let's just see it already. So yeah. And then long ass credits. And then all the way at the end, we start seeing John Walker again, and he's doing his best Iron Man impression.
Yeah. Banging on the iron.
Yeah.
Bling,
he's
bling.
making a shield of his own that looks kind of shitty, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I wonder what he's making it out from.
Right.
I'm guessing it's just regular
iron.
steel. Yeah, right?
Steel.
So we'll see what happens.
He doesn't seem like much of a threat, to be honest with you.
Now, well, I guess he's only a threat because he's a super soldier now. That's the only time he's a threat. But other than that,
I know.
You're right, man.
But there's people who could take him down.
There is. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. So Zemo is gone, sadly.
The Zemo thing was anticlimactic, in my opinion.
I think basically they're putting Zemo away. Like, okay, go away. You're not dead. You're going in another prison that you could get out from.
Or you could recruit people.
We'll get you. We'll get you back. Don't worry. Just go away for now. I think that's what that is for the most part.
Yeah. I felt like a lot of the wrap-ups were just like, okay. Like, kind of like, okay, that happened. Like, I don't know.
This episode was kind of weak for me, man. It was kind of weak.
I still liked it, but I mean, I don't like
the
way they handled certain things, and I thought stuff was out of order.
It started great, and then...
Yeah. It did, man. It did.
And we can only hope for an awesome season ending, maybe season finale or series finale. It's going to be very interesting what they call it when the new episode comes out, and that'll kind of tell us if there's season 2 going on or anything like that. Actually, let's see if WandaVision says that. They probably changed it by now, because I remember when WandaVision... Well, I want to see if it says series finale or season finale or whatever.
I see what you're saying.
I remember in... Oh, it says the series finale.
Yeah.
I remember when these were coming out, it would say episode 1 and that's it. And then later on, they started adding actual titles to the shows. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I didn't.
No. Yep. So they did episode 1, 2, 3, and then I think after like 6 or 7, they started saying the names of the shows, of the episodes.
Finale. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then this one, they're just doing the episodes. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes from there.
I felt like they had too much going on in this show. Because when the family stuff came back, it was like, we haven't talked to these people for 6 episodes. Or not, you know what I mean, like 3. And that's, in the real world, that's 3 weeks. And at this point, I'm just like, I'm not that invested because you're not building it up.
Yeah.
You know.
It was like 3 episodes, give or take, that we didn't really spend time with the boat and all that.
It was like too much time passed.
I get why they wanted to put it in there because this is ultimately Sam's arc, and they want him to find himself and be who he can be.
Yeah.
And this is where I could see that maybe season 2 could be Bucky's arc and kind of see where it goes. But so far, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I mean, this is all Falcon stuff. Starring Bucky a little bit. But that's really it, man. There's not much of Bucky in here, but the Bucky parts are great. Zemo parts are even better. So hopefully it could just get better from here. Is there anything you're looking for in the season finale?
No, to be honest with you. I mean, what's a little frustrating is that they have the ability to put stuff off and not finish it because they know there's another movie coming or I could do another show about this. So I guess to me that's frustrating, and it kind of sometimes feels like it gets in the way because it's like you didn't build this the way that I thought you would, and I don't know, even though I'm still enjoying it, it's like I want stuff to conclude. Like I don't want almost like Mando did too, where it's like, okay, we're done for now. See you next year, and we're going to continue this, but just hold your horses for a year. And it's like you didn't really conclude it like the way you really would if you didn't have a shared universe that's going to continue.
Yeah.
So to me, it gets annoying.
This episode a lot, so we got to get Sonny's take on it when hear from him. But it's going to be interesting that the fight takes place in New York City. I hope we kind of get like a what's going on kind of thing, and what frame time this is that it takes place in, and things like that.
Oh, okay.
All we know is New York is still standing because Spider-Man shows up again in New York City. So any fights that happen, I mean, who knows? But yeah, is there anything else you want to add into it?
No, not really. I am looking forward to the finale and everything. It was just a weird episode to me.
Super weird. There's nothing I really want. I just want a good finale.
Yeah.
Because we're already going to get him probably in a suit, so that's cool. But I mean, I just want a kick-ass finale, and that's it. Lead it up to something else that's grand and special, like we know that MCU could do.
I think they have to really end strong and make us excited for whatever's next.
Which will be Loki, right? And no, Loki, I think.
Loki's
that comes out. Yeah, I think that's Loki because I think that comes out in June-ish.
June, yeah.
And
they're going to take a Bad Batch break.
Yeah.
Widow's what, July?
Yes.
Okay.
June 11th is Loki. But yeah, we'll keep it at that. That's the end of our episode, guys. You already know where you can find us. Thanks for sticking around and listening to us mumble around what's going on. If you guys want to, how about you kind of mention what you want to see in the finale? I guess that'll be kind of hard because it'll be spoiler, but hopefully by now by the time this episode comes out, most of us have watched it. And but tell us what you want to see in the episode. Like our page, follow us, guys. Interact with us. We want to interact with you. And yeah, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.